loud. What's up, everybody? We're back with another video. Hold on, we got a social distance. Are you more than 6 feet away from your screen? Because we got to. I hope y'all are doing well in these crazy times. Be sure to do your best to stay healthy. Don't shake hands, wash your hands. It is just nuts, but it's giving us a lot of time. Our garage has never really looked cleaner. I mean, there's still a little bit of clutter right here on this shelf. What's today's video? Y'all ain't ready. It's been a long time coming. We got the Lolo in October 2018. We are now in 2020. It's been about a year and change. We're still rocking stock. But that is all about to change because we have the Power Vision as well as an exhaust. We finally get it, baby! First things first, I want to give a huge shout out to Trask Performance out in Phoenix, Arizona. If you are not following them on Instagram, be sure and do so. Here is their Instagram. Be sure and check it out. We have a link to check out their products directly from them on their site as well as from Hardcore Cycles. Let them know I sent you, where we are running the Trask Performance air cleaner, the Trask Performance cam cover, and soon to come at the end of this video, the Trask Performance Assault 2-to-1 exhaust. I know the intro's a little bit verbose this go around, but I'm excited for this. One of the things that we're gonna be doing after we get the exhaust thrown in, we're gonna be adding a little bit of color. We have prismatic powder. What color? You're gonna have to wait and see. As well as another round for the Lolo. We have some super wrap going on, but what are we gonna be super wrapping? What's gonna be going? It's gonna look just a little bit different. I'm really pumped for that as well. Finally, we can transition into the video. We're gonna start taking apart the stock exhaust. We're gonna be taking off the bags, the sissy bar. That way the bike looks as mean and lean when we throw on the exhaust and we can rip around. One of the things that I really do like about these M8s, I know we've stated it before, is that the O2 sensor, the plug, is so much more easily accessible than it was on the Dyna, and I'm really happy for that. The one in the front for the Dyna wasn't too bad, but usually the one for the back was somewhere way deep in the middle and buried underneath a whole bunch of stuff that taking it out and pulling it back in, if you had to completely remove it, was just a pain in the butt. That a lot of times I would just remove it from the exhaust itself, closer to the heads, and then it would be kind of a pain putting it back in because I had to twist it so much to get it back in there, but this makes it so much easier. So to remove your exhaust is fairly straightforward. You find your O2 sensors, be sure and disconnect them. It's really similar on the Dyna, and then what you do after you disconnect those is you go ahead and remove your heat shields, and then you're just gonna go ahead and remove the exhaust, the forward, the rear, and that's it. This we're gonna end up doing is removing the mufflers as well, so that way it's a little easier to access, and then we just let the bike sit. Be sure and cover your exhaust ports that go to your jugs, that way you don't get anything in there, like little mouse, cockroach, dust, leaves, whatever, and then when you go turn your bike on, you get an obstruction, and then something terrible happens. The stock exhaust off, there's nothing here. We went ahead and covered our ports with some shop towels. One other thing that is just good practice, we went to our local Harley dealership and picked up some new gaskets. These are the Harley OEM ones. I call them the cone ones, I'm not sure what they're called. And then we also got some new retaining clips, and then we also got, this is probably one of the more important ones, we went ahead and picked up some new nuts. Bada bing, bada boom. And so to pair with our new exhaust, we went ahead and picked up a Power Vision. On all the other bikes that we had, the Dyna, the Sportster, what we use is the Vance & Hines Fuel Pack Auto Tuner. And this time we decided to go ahead and just spend the extra $100 and go with the Power Vision. So this is the primary side of the bike. And just that way y'all can see, it's already been plugged in and routed up through here. So this is where it connects. It goes off. This half is the part that attaches to the bike. Then you can just plug this in with the Power Vision connected at the other end, and you can run diagnostics if you want. If you don't want this on your bike at all times, so we can do that, or you can just run this. What we're gonna do is remove the fuel tank and run it like along the frame and zip tie it. If you want to run it full time on your motorcycle, just go ahead and plug it in, let it click, and find a spot for it that you are comfortable with. so just a quick note, you're not going to be having to do this. This is just because we have the harness for the two-way audio, and we're going to be removing the gas tank. That way we can run the power vision cable along the frame, zip tie it along, and then we're going to run it underneath here so we can mount the power vision to our T-bars. If you are wanting to mount your power vision on your bike full time, one option that you could do is just run it underneath your dash, this little frame if you have a dash, where you have this harness that goes along the right side, and then for our auxiliary lights, we end up having on the left, so I don't want too many more wires here in my dash. So what we're going to do, and that is the reason why we are running it underneath the tank itself. Fast forward a couple days, we finally have our exhaust. The old Trask exhaust. I'm super pumped. But first, we're gonna put our gas tank back on. But luckily, you don't have to sit there. We're just gonna do a quick little movie magic. We opened it upside down. There it is. And then here is the rest of the pipe. You have this tie wire here that holds the bolts for the heat shields in place. You got the stamp. This is for an M8. Here it says it's for M8. That way you know, they know. Alright, so we have the exhaust all set up. What we're going to do is just do a little bit of housework here. We went ahead and removed the factory exhaust. I'm going to go ahead and include the instruction manual link for Trask Performance for their Assault Series exhaust. That way you can check it out and you can see what the step-by-step is, and depending on what your bike is, I'm going to include one for the Softails, one for the Baggers, and one for the Dynas. Be sure and check it out down below, and then we're going to go ahead and just get this installed. Alright, we're back. We always forget whenever we run out of Loctite to go get some. So we had to go and get red Loctite. So here's the old O2 sensors from the stock exhaust. We're gonna go ahead and put them into the new Trask. And then here are the ones that come with Trask. You have the option of running them closed, or you can do the O2 sensors. So we went ahead and applied some anti-seize. And then just remember the orientation of your exhaust and where your O2 sensors went. I have this one labeled front, but it's mirrored. So this is the front actually, and that's gonna be the rear of the motorcycle. So after you have your O2 sensors installed, you have your front, you have your rear, that you're gonna need to put your flange first. I always forget to do this first. I end up doing the C-clip first instead of the flange or the retaining clip. So just remember to put your flanges on your headers of your exhaust, and then you're gonna put a retaining clip or C-clip as I call them on each of them. So Trask included some new gaskets that come with it. Now you install the header portion. Let me just go ahead and say that the front head always seems to be a little bit of an issue, and it's just a tight fit that it kind of wants to bring the flange out, and you have to really press to tighten it. So just make note of that. Is nothing wrong with fitment. They just like to be a little bit stubborn on the front one. Now comes the best part, the muffler. Okay, so one thing just to make note of, on the plate, it asks to use one flat head and one hex head. we put on the muffler. We have it 90% set up. Now what we're doing is tightening up the headers.